What if I tell you I'm living HOMO style in retirement life? Let's talk about that. So I'm a Gen Xer, and for 25, 30 years in my career life, I lived by FOMO, the fear of missing out. And everything I did in my career was to try to get to the next level. The asses I kissed along the way, the extra work I did for no pay, trying to just get to that next step. Towards the end, I just said, screw it, I'm just not doing this anymore. It was bad enough that I was working nights and having to report the next day. You know, in the IT world, if you have a system change, that has to be done at night, and that's usually between like 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. It has to be done, and God forbid if it screws up and you got to back out before 6 a.m. So that type of stuff I would do, and do the extra work and volunteer for that type of stuff, thinking that it would move me up that corporate ladder. That's what us Gen Xers were told. We were told, put in the extra work, keep your head down, don't complain, get the work done, you'll be rewarded, and you'll have a big reward at the end of your career in retirement. And that's true to an extent. But the fear of missing out was just not doing it for me anymore. And at some point, I just said, screw it, I'm just not going to do this anymore. It was around 50, 52 years old that I said, I'm not going to suck on the corporate egg anymore. I'm just going to go and do my thing, keep my head down, do what's required of me, and I'm done. I'm not going to volunteer for anything else or do anything else. So when I finally retired at 59, I was afraid that I was going to miss out on that extra money or on that extra vacation time. But that vacation time I found out didn't matter because that turned into retirement time. And now I live my life in retirement with HOMO, the hope of missing out. I do everything I can in my power to make sure that I am not going to be volunteered for something that I don't want to do. I make sure that I'm not going to be included into something I don't want to be included on. You know, I spoke to my wife about this probably 10 years ago when, I would come home and she's like, oh, by the way, we're doing this weekend. I'm like, why are you volunteering me for this? I don't want to do that. I'd rather do something else. And, in retirement, that stuff can still happen, right? So you can get to a point in retirement where your days are so busy that you're doing more work and spending more time than you ever did in your corporate life. Retirement can be busy. And I decided that's just not what my retirement's going to be. My retirement's going to be designed by HOMO. I'm going to hope on missing out of things that I don't want to do, right? And when I started designing my retirement life like that, that's when things really started selling. And it took probably 6 months, 7 months. So I've been retired 11 months now. And on September 24th will be my first day of retirement in 2025, right? So that would be my 1-year anniversary to walking into full retirement. Now, don't get me wrong, I retired much earlier than that in the job when I was still working. That's when I put my head down, said I'm not volunteering, I'm not doing anything else. I'm going to have an active employed, how do I say that? I'm going to have an active employed retirement. And that's what I did. I kept my head down, I did what was required, and I just kept going. Now in retirement, after about that 6-7 month period where I started to settle into retirement, I really confirmed to myself that HOMO was the way to go. That I just did not want to do things I don't want to do. And I was not going to let people include me in anything without my permission first. And that's just a little bit of power that you kind of grab back in retirement on your life in general, right? And a lot of people have grandkids in retirement. I don't have that yet. I'm not blessed to that point yet. And a lot of people are kind of put into things, but it's for your grandkids. It's to help them grow. It's to help them do things. So if they have a dance that you need to go to and volunteer, or if there's some type of function at the school that you need to go to, rewards, whatever, awards, whatever, then yeah, I understand that. That's not part of HOMO. But the main part of HOMO, living in retirement, is keeping your peace and keeping your time. And that's the biggest thing I've found at this point in retirement. So go out, design your retirement to live the HOMO lifestyle. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share this video, and I'll see you in the next one.